Next, we're going to prepare the 3-bean chili. What I'm using is, I'm using the ground turkey. You can use ground chicken or lean ground beef. It's about 1 pound of it. Use my scissors for everything down in the ladies' kitchen. I do. I'm going to cook this about on medium heat. It's 1 pound. This right here is about 1 pound. Yeah, I won't have a skillet. I'm just going to chop it up in the skillet, and I'm going to fix everything in this skillet. This is a very deep skillet. It's very good. You can use a crock pot also and let it simmer and cook all day long, if time allows, if the time. Any questions? And while that right there is attempting to brown, I don't want to lay that down. I'm going to go ahead and start with my beans and stuff, and I'm going to rinse them off before I put them in there. Just going to have them ready and setting aside.
Are you rinsing it to take the salt off of them?
I sure am. It's more low sodium. Sodium, as we know, we all get too much of it. It's in a lot of foods. If we could eat fresh vegetables and stuff. It's just, that can get very expensive too. And the beans I am using tonight are 1 can of navy beans. And I am going to use 1 can of pinto beans. And you can put them all together before you rinse them off, or you can rinse them separately. And kidney beans. And actually you can buy a lot of your beans already low in sodium, but it's still really good if you're on a hard, healthy diet and stuff, just to rinse them off. I'm going to bring them over here and rinse them off. See that. And I'm just going to let the beans sit right here for while this browns. And while this is browning, I am going to go ahead and add my onion in. And I'll be honest, I chopped it earlier. I'm not going to kid. Huh? Hey, magic kitchens are good. You just push a button and it works. Doesn't it? While that is still browning, I will clean. Any questions? My stove looks better than this one. Okay. You know how you get used to your own stove, and another one just doesn't do it.
If you had leftover turkey, could you decide to put some in that wrap?
You sure could.
Would you heat it before you add the wrap?
It would be.
When it goes in the oven?
It would be a good idea. What you could do is I would heat it, warm it in the microwave or on the stove, get your wraps out. And if you want a little bit of cheese, go ahead and put that on it too. I mean, just mozzarella, any cheese that you desire. And then go ahead and put your meat and stuff on top of it. You could put a little salsa on top of it or whatever you like. It's really good if they're really good if you do the wraps with, believe it or not, the black olives and stuff. They're really good. But yeah, you can use the turkey, leftover turkey. I actually made, for the guys at work, leftover meat loaf wraps. Doing okay? Okay, good. And the ground turkey really works really good also. And here, and I'll be honest, there's really nothing to drain when you use the lean turkey meat or the chicken. Not like with the beef. You really do not have anything that needs to be drained out of here. You can just add, I chose this skillet so I can use all my ingredients and just add them in as I go along. It's like a one dish, like the same pot. Oh, I love this skillet.
I'll whip that up one more thing.
You can actually fix cakes, steamed vegetables, everything in here. And that right there is about ready to add the beans.
What kind of fish are you?
I'm not allowed to say. This is Wolfgang Puck.
Oh.
And it really is. I won't get in trouble. Everything else is Food City. I love it. They have one down here like it. I'm going to go ahead and add the beans. And if you can see from rinsing them off, it's just not as good as when you take the dry beans yourself and cook them at home, but it's still got a lot less sodium in here. And you can also do the bean wraps. You can take the beans and do those in wraps. The black beans and stuff. Okay, now I am going to add, get rid of this. Got a mess of dishes, don't I? Bless you. I'm gonna add, let's see, 1/2 teaspoon of tarragon. It's just your choice. I like the smell of it. I really do. It smells like a licorice or something, but different. And you can add a little less, a little more for your taste. Okay. 1/2 teaspoon of garlic, and I've got some right here. I'm going to use this. It doesn't, boy, it doesn't taste like it smells. It kind of, I'll have to put one in my mouth just to figure it out now. We will do that. It really smells good. I'll pass it out to you later on and show it to you. It smells like a licorice or something with, yeah, I just like it. And it adds a little extra flavor and bite. You can, I'm putting them, I'm gonna get everything else in there, and I'm gonna put 1/2 teaspoon of white vinegar. I don't know if a lot of people use vinegar. I use vinegar because it helps the flavor. You know, if you wait a couple of days and you want to enjoy it and eat it. And you can add a little bit more, a little less, depending on how much is in here. Let's see, what else is left? Our chili powder. I'll do that after I do these two. I'm good at opening these, aren't I? Let's see.
Quick can.
I'm so quick. 1 little can of tomato sauce. And I have a can of diced tomatoes. It's no salt added. I'm just going to drain a little bit of that juice off, not all of it. Sometimes I do, sometimes because that tomato taste gets overbearing with the beans and the chili. Now let's turn this down. Okay. I'm going to just let that cook. And last but not least,
You don't add any water to that, right?
yeah, I'm going to add some water to it. That's what I left off. I am going to add some water. Because with the beans you want to. Because if not, it'll all just sclimmy together. I'm going to add about a cup of water, actually.
Add what?
About 1 cup of water. And if you was to let it simmer on your stove and let it just cook like that all day long, what you need to do is just just keep checking it, like in the crock pot. Just chili powder. Now, sometimes I will make chili and use the real peppers, but I didn't in here. Didn't want you to get after me. But you can add a little, because I really would, but that'd be a little bit too much. Too much, and it'll just be too overbearing. Okay. We will let that cook, and I will add some water. And if it happens to be a little bit bland when you taste it, just add a little bit more chili, whatever you want to add in here. I don't know how it smells. I hope it smells okay. Now while that is still cooking, I'm going to let it continue cooking on low. And that is your 3-bean chili. And I use the navy bean, pintos and kidneys, the garbanzo beans, any beans that you like would be really great.